Rahimullah Yusufzai is the editor at the News International, which is an English language newspaper in Pakistan, and he joins us now from Peshawar. Good to have you on the show, sir. Now, our sources are telling us that as we speak, fighting between Afghan security forces and the Taliban are going on in 29 hotspots across 16 cities. I mean, this was always expected to be a long and bumpy road. But why are we seeing cracks start to show in this quote-unquote historic peace deal so early on?
I think everybody was aware this is going to be very difficult and it will be a bumpy road. But you know what happened is that even before 24 hours after the signing of the deal, President Ashraf Ghani said that he has not pledged to release the Taliban prisoners. And that actually annoyed the Taliban. So they had agreed with the US to have this reduction in violence for 1 week until the February of 29 when the deal was signed. They also reduced attacks against the Afghan government, but now they have resumed the attacks. So this is why there is fighting going on. But strangely enough, Taliban are still observing reduction in violence against the US and its allies. So in a way, the US and Taliban are sticking to the agreement. They are not attacking each other, while the Taliban are attacking the Afghan government forces.
Okay, sir, I'm a bit confused, and I hope you can help me make sense of this. So what I understand at the heart of this deal right now is the way that the two sides are looking at this prisoner swap deal. The Afghan government is supposed to have released 5,000 Taliban forces and the Taliban in return about 1,000 of the Afghans. If the Afghan government wasn't invited to the talks in Doha between the United States and the Taliban, how can they be forced to take part on a clause? I mean, isn't this a sovereign Afghan decision?
I think, the US, while committing itself to get the prisoners released and exchanged, must have consulted the Afghan government. I would be surprised if the Afghan government was not consulted. We know that the Afghan government was kept out of the peace talks. It's very upset about that. And they also have these cards in their hands, including the fact that they are holding these prisoners. So I think that the US would now have to intervene. But today there is a hopeful sign which happened in Qatar, in Doha. Taliban have finally agreed to meet a 6-member delegation sent by the Afghan government to Qatar. And Taliban say that their prisoners commission members would talk to this 6-member delegation from Kabul to discuss the issue of the prisoners. This is going to be the first formal meeting between Taliban and the Afghan government. So I think it's kind of a breakthrough because Taliban have realized that there are certain issues which can only be decided by the Afghan government and they must negotiate with it.
Okay. Rahimullah Yusufzai, thank you very much for joining us here on the News Hour. I do appreciate your analysis.